Okay, so as mentioned, um, when the Whiter was summoned, you'd ask him if you guys were in any trouble, and he looks up and says, "We just might be." He brings up the owl up, and there is a a shoot. I forgot the word again.
Crystal?
No, no, it's about making a shape out of little stones, like rosy
Mosaic?
floors. A mosaic. There we go. A mosaic in the ceiling of a dragon made out of emeralds and probably some yellow diamonds for the eyes itself, or maybe amber. But they're all stones. They went up there and peck, 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 peck. But through mystic vision and second sight, you can tell there is actual power there. What do you want to do now?
So just as a heads up, everyone, we're not using Mystic Vision anymore. Brian determined that we're going to call it Pierce Veil, which is quite a bit different than what it used to do.
But you still see power, right?
I can see power, and I can determine whether it's well, let's read it just to be clear.
Okay.
So it determines, how far away is it?
45 feet, I think.
Okay, so at close range, I can tell if the magic points are regenerating or non-regenerating. So it's too far away from that. But otherwise, I can see, if I can see it. I can see the exact amount of magic points and everything perceived. Up to 3 times the spell's strength. So hang on, let me balance strength with range. Okay, so to 50 meters, I can see 7 rank, which would be up to 21. So anything greater than 21 is greater than, but otherwise I can see the exact amount of points and everything perceived.
Okay. There are 13.
Magic points?
Yep.
So Miriam would ask you guys, especially David, since he's the smart guy. Arestra's a smart gal. Are we sure this is a living thing, or maybe it's an enchanted thing?
Well, you can see
Enchanted.
power. It's got power.
Why would you see power in a enchanted item?
If it had power.
Yeah,
Could this
That's
be?
what he's trying to say.
that's what I'm thinking. Is this could be something material that would be triggered and have a whole bunch of spell effects if it was enchanted item.
Yeah.
So,
Like I want to say not like a giant power storage crystal, but along that line, intelligent power storage crystal.
Well, we don't know about intelligence. If we did,
Well,
Yeah.
it could be
So-
like
We don't know if it's intelligent.
right.
so they could be
Could just be-
infused.
It could just be, it could just be a power storage mosaic.
Yeah. The local priest
If
could
it was a
call,
power storage mosaic, it would be magic points because you don't store power, you store magic points.
Wow. Okay.
oh,
Now,
okay.
Okay,
there
all
are
right.
powered crystals,
Yeah.
godstones, that kind of thing, that actually have power, POW.
Right.
Okay.
In fact, didn't Nirvana just pick up one somewhere?
I think so.
Yes.
But that goes back. Maybe it's again a powered matrix, powered. Let's say
Yeah,
a
that.
powered mosaic.
Yes, that is possible.
Okay. Well,
So I know we tried speaking spirit speech and it did not reply. So if one of you
Right.
guys could try old wormish and we could
yep.
show
I
our,
would
show,
say,
show our hands,
yeah, one of the
palms up.
Mhm. We asked the Witcher to try to communicate with it.
we have a waiter with us, by the way.
You just summoned it.
Okay. Well, perhaps the waiter would be the best person to speak for us. Because she is a dream dragon, right? Am I correct on that?
She is not the whiter.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
The spirit is the whiter.
The spirit is the waiter. Okay.
The writer is a spirit.
Yes, the whiter is a spirit.
Okay.
Mhm. She is a dream dragon. She just doesn't admit it.
Right.
And
She thinks she's a god.
he will attempt to do so, but there is no response.
Okay.
So Miriam conjecture is that if it is an enchanted thing, something will trigger it. So if say we pick up some an item and try to leave the cave with it, it might activate.
Right.
That's probably a pretty good guess, given that everything's still here. It's probably pretty powerful too.
So we're not going to be thieves,
Right.
is what you're saying.
We only came for one item.
Yeah. Do we see the remains of anyone who might have tried to, or anything that might have tried to remove something?
No, you do not.
All right. Do we see
Piles
scorch
of ash.
marks? Scorch marks.
I am just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I'm going to do a search as carefully as I can without disturbing anything.
Now, we'll remind you, though, that when you first came in, beyond the double doors, there
Uh-huh.
was a smell of acrid smoke in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
And in the hallway, there were scorch marks.
okay.
Okay.
So they didn't get out.
Right.
But then the loot was returned to this location.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a mechanical trap and we're dealing with fire, there's probably little spots where the fire would come out. So I'm going to go back into
The nostrils of the
Yeah.
I'm going to
On
go
the
back into
other
the
hand-
hallway and look for in those areas where the scorch marks. Look around that area for a place where a jet of flame might come out.
Okay, roll as you can.
We have dice rolling.
Yes,
Okay.
dice, we're playing a game.
and there's always dispel magic.
Do
Dismiss
dice
magic.
roller.
I
I
failed.
have to be. I
Okay,
have
go
to
ahead
be,
and make an intelligence times.
I have a successful normal search. Going back to my original, I'm going to search just because I don't see anything. I'm going to search anyway.
Where are you searching?
Actually, I'm searching around where the treasure pile is without
There's
actually disturbing the treasure.
Okay.
Int times 3 would work.
Okay. I was thinking it might be easier than that, but I was debating. But in times 3. Okay. So, David, you can tell, based upon the scorch marks, that they didn't come out of the walls because they're going down the hallway.
Okay. Oh, wait. The scorch marks are going down the hallway, as in.
From the chamber towards the doors.
Okay, so exiting.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
And
okay.
and is it? Do we notice any scorch marks on the inside of the doors?
Yeah, the hallway.
At the end of the hallway.
How far is that thing?
Well, we could take the armband and just toss it out to the door.
Yeah, we'll tie a rope around it, and we'll all leave, not taking anything, and pull. See what happens.
Yeah, we
No, it does not reach the doors.
we talked about using an elemental to try to move it.
Yep.
Grab it, just go underground and pop up outside.
Arrestra, what's your power?
Well, my power's 19.
Okay. As you were searching around the treasure areas where there's treasure piled up, you can see some small footprints. They appear to be human.
Okay. I'm going to attempt. Can I try like using my track to see what they appear to be doing?
Yeah. Also, what's your size?
My size is 12.
Okay.
And my track roll is a normal success.
Okay. They seem to be walking up to one section of the pile and then turning and walking away. And they're about your size.
Okay.
Okay, so they went up, they grabbed something, they tried to get out, and were incinerated.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh,
They're
give me an alternate.
Bare footprints.
Yeah.
Bare footprints.
Not as in a bear, rawr, but bare as in no shoes.
New shoes. Yes.
Unshod.
Correct. That's something about, and they're human, my size.
Okay. Seeing that we have seen this before, somebody tries to take something. It's killed. The dragon form that killed them reverts to a human form and puts back the items that was supposedly being stolen.
Very plausible.
Yes, some sort of telekinetic. It's magic. I assume that the attack is magical and not mechanical as well. But I don't know. I'm if where those tracks, reach the edge of the pile. If I were to reach out from that spot, would I be able to touch the brooch that we've come for?
Not the brooch, no.
Okay.
It's actually not a brooch, it's a armband, but yeah, not
armband, that's what I meant. I wouldn't be able to reach the armband.
Nope.
Okay.
But there's like some gold goblets and plate that's there.
Okay.
Do any of those objects have scorch marks on them?
No.
Or melted.
Or partially melted.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Quick aside, Michael, your microphone in Owlbear is muted, so if you're actually trying to communicate, we can't hear you because it's off.
He's muted in
Discord.
I'm sorry,
Discord.
Discord. Yeah. There you go.
I was intentionally muted because I joined late, so I didn't.
Just listening in.
I
Catching
thought
up.
it were good
You
to
weren't.
barge in when you're in the
You
middle of doing
weren't.
something.
But a couple of minutes late. So.
Well, I was over an hour late, but I said I was going to be late. I just, it's not possible for me to get on earlier than this. I'm sorry.
Well,
It's just not.
we held off until 9. So
Yeah.
Also, David,
I
we didn't start
apologize.
until 9.
don't apologize. If this is when you can join,
the goblet is bent.
Oh, like it dropped?
More than that.
Stepped
Like it
on.
was thrown against something.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay,
possibly
I heard
Well,
two
I said against
answers.
something.
One thrown against something and one stepped on. Can you clarify which that
either.
is, Brian?
Either.
Either. Could be either.
It could be
Okay.
either, yeah. I didn't hear the stepped on, though. But yeah, it could be either.
All right.
But not just dropped. It's not like a
not
little
just dropped.
ding.
It's not a little ding.
Okay. Oh, we have a scorch mark. We have footprints in the scorch mark, both coming to this pile and exiting from the pile. Is
Well,
that correct?
the scorch marks are down the hall.
Yeah.
There's residue, dust, stuff in the chamber itself, which is where the footprints are.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we have something coming up to the pile, and so coming up and retreating from the pile. Are they going the same direction, i.e., toward the entrance?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so one theory is dragon comes down, fries whatever in the tunnel, goes into the tunnel, collects whatever was dropped there, brings it back, drops it into the pile. But then why would it walk back to the entrance? Why wouldn't it just go off to the side or something?
No, I think whatever it was that stole it, we're seeing its steps.
Yeah.
It came in.
Yeah.
It came in, took something,
Yeah.
left,
Yeah.
got fried,
Yeah.
and then the dragon brought the treasure, whatever it took, back.
Right. But the footprints are the same, both coming and going, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So if person who picked it up in the first place is fried in the tunnel, they can't come back and
No,
put it in the pile.
No, but they did. There are no footprints of putting it back in the pile. The only footprints we have are of the person that took it.
Ah, I see. So they come in, they pick something up, they leave.
Yes.
That's the only set of prints we have. So
Yes.
how did the thingy
Get back to it.
get back to the
Whatever it was didn't leave any footprints.
Okay.
Telekinesis or
dragons
something.
climb and crawl and
fly.
Okay.
All right. So
Levitate.
the question is it mechanical in nature or is it intelligent in nature?
Well, I couldn't discern anything mechanical in nature. I am able to determine that the residue from the scorch marks go from this chamber toward the exit.
Right.
If that's incorrect, Brian, please clarify.
No, that is correct.
All right. So whatever fried that came from in here. Go to the okay, so the tunnel comes down to this big chamber right near the entrance to the chamber. Maybe back 3 or 6 feet or so, somewhere in that area. Is there any residue on the wall? Anything that would suggest intense flame? In other words, if I'm a dragon, I stick my head in and right. breathe, you would expect to see something, a differential in
Like
the
blowback?
walls. Okay. It would be more intense in the beginning than in the return, but I think you get the idea.
Yeah, inside the chamber itself, there is not any scorch marks.
Right. And so in the tunnel,
But in the tunnel, say 3 feet is where it seems to start.
okay. And there's no little openings, there's no little nozzles.
Nope.
Okay. So I think we can safely assess that Dragon wakes up and everybody in the tunnel gets fried.
Yep. So, is it possible to make a bargain or friends with the dragon?
Yeah,
Well,
we have to activate it first.
that is kind of where we started this or left this last time.
Well, I would
was
like to have a
attempting
plan
to.
before we wake the dragon, because at that point we're on borrowed time.
Well, you attempted to
Yeah.
communicate with it already, and it has not been responsive.
Right.
Let's try Altwarmish. Or was that tried?
Yeah.
That's
I
what
don't
the
think we
white
tried.
herd used.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, it was kind of my assumption.
All right. What was the name of the person that this arm bracelet was given to?
We don't know. Some priestess,
Yeah,
2,000 years ago.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, but it was hundreds of years ago,
Okay.
like 700 years, I think, something like that.
All right.
All
Let me
right.
see if he knows.
I can just run out to the dwarf and say, "Hey, who did you give this to?" And when I get a name, I'll run back and tell you. He didn't have to have a real name.
Well, he just knows it was a priest.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's right.
Priest of the temple.
Okay. But we don't necessarily know what cult the temple was sacred to, correct?
Oh, EWF, Empire Worms Friends.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I do know that.
All right. Sartar is a country, right?
Mhm.
Lunar is an empire. EWF, as far as I know, was like an empire.
That's correct.
Did it have a state religion then?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to figure out whether whether we could figure out whether this was a temple to any specific god rather than a country's god or a empire's god.
No, they worship dragons.
Okay. All right.
Oscar Whiter, do you know who this temple was dedicated to? Was there a specific worm
No.
or dragon? Okay. Well, we could invoke the elder dragon. What's his name?
No breath.
What's his name? The guy that Argreth showed us, the Drake. What's that Drake's name?
Oh,
The
I've got that here. Hold on.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I didn't bother writing it down. It was a long word, though, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So again, greet the
we could
mosaic.
Mosaic in the name of, or as a an admission from
Aurora Boris.
Aurora Boris. Right. Any response?
No, but the Aurora Boris is symbolized by that dragon biting his own tail in the circle.
Right.
Okay.
And that was on the relief above the doors.
Okay. I'll hold my head up as a circle. Great.
Isn't that a heart?
Temple. No, this is a heart.
Yeah. This is what we were doing, not this.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. I'll ask our Whiter. Is there like a hand sign signifying the union, the dragon biting his tail? So that if I held my hands up like that, making a circle, would that be recognized?
It might be.
Okay, do so.
Okay. There is no response.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Maybe we need to put a little bit of power behind this.
How would you propose to do that?
Sacrifice power.
Sacrifice.
To what?
The dragon.
Yeah.
The mural.
That's a
We can
possibility if the mural
worship-
is a representation of.
Worship the mosaic.
The mosaic.
What?
Mosaic worship.
Actually, as you look
Right.
at the mosaic, right,
Uh-huh.
it is a dragon that's circling the top of the vault.
Oh,
Mhm.
remember Argrath?
Yep.
No.
When he took us on that journey, that spirit walk, he walked in a circle. I'm gonna start at the dragon's. Let's see. Yeah, start at the dragon's tail and walk the circle directly underneath him. Is that would that be the same direction that Argrath traversed?
Actually, Argrath started at the head and went towards the tail.
Okay, so do that.
But the dragon mosaic is roughly a circumference of about 15 meters. But the chamber down here is 60 meters across, right?
Right.
So he's just a little circle towards the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would have to,
In order to just
you would
follow
have-
that path, you'd be stomping on stuff.
Oh.
Further out,
Right.
is there anything to suggest a path?
Actually, there's not. No.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's unlikely the key.
See,
Good
my-
thinking, though.
My basic worship skill is 15%.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm not saying try worshiping the mosaic, but
Okay, roll it.
okay. Nope, I got a 30.
Okay. Does not
Well,
seem
I
to
think
do anything.
I think you might be onto something there, though. Why don't we have what's her name? Let's have a little ceremony down here.
Worship ceremony.
Yeah, I think so. But let's
Irvana?
do
You
it.
want Irvana to lead it?
No, I want our
Our, our
Or white dragon.
dragon that thinks she's a goddess.
yes, that one.
What is her name? Do you guys remember?
I'm
Yeah,
looking.
I have it right here. Let's see.
Shaka? No, that's the whiter.
Prettiest day. Let's see.
Where is it?
Oh man, we've had this gal for a while.
Orgravale Summer.
Orgorvale Summer.
Vale, yes.
That's it.
We're gonna have her lead it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody going to sacrifice any magic points?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, I can. I got lots of them. And
I'll
so does
sacrifice
so
a
does
few.
so does a restaurant.
Yes. The restaurant will sacrifice 5.
5. Okay.
Magic points, right?
Yeah, magic.
Magic.
Points. Yeah, these are magic points.
Yeah.
Magic points,
Yeah.
not room points.
Yeah.
I'll double
Normal
that.
is 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Everybody's
I'll go 4.
Yeah, I'll go 4.
we'll just put a big pot of
Actually, and I'll make mine 6 because it'll be 2 times 3, and 3 is a feminine thing. If it's a feminine thing, Glorantha, but
Would
Okay.
this be like a, okay.
Everybody can see. I'm assuming you're looking up, right?
Yep.
That those yellow stones where the
Uh-huh.
eyes are
Yep.
go black,
Cool.
then they go yellow, and they start
Mm.
to glow from within. Then there's a rippling effect in the ceiling of all these emerald stones.
Mm-hmm. We're dead.
And then it starts to move.
cool.
And it's on the ceiling right in a circle, right? So the
Right.
head starts to go towards where the entrance to the chamber is, off to the doors.
Yep.
And it starts to come down the ceiling towards that point. And when the
Okay.
head reaches the entranceway, it actually comes out of the surface, so it's three-dimensional now.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody can roll their old wormish.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's a bunch of 25s coming.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is my owl bear?
No,
Oh, look at that. 20. Success.
Ooh,
I have a 96.
too
Even
bad
if
you can't check
even
mark
if I
that,
would-
right?
Yeah. How am I?
Too bad, right?
Yeah.
Or
All
can
right.
you?
Nope.
I don't have a character sheet in front of me, so I can't tell.
Somebody passed, right?
Yeah, I haven't. I'm gonna see.
Davin.
Where do I?
I did.
Devin passed.
And Chuchi, you can roll a 25 or less, more than likely.
I'll just do it here.
Somebody should check for
Mine is a
Ivana.
19 actually. So
Okay.
let me
Nope.
roll.
Somebody should check what?
For Iverna.
17.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
sweet.
two successes.
And Michael, just to bring you up to speed, max human old wormish is 25.
With your modifier.
Oh, okay, because mine's clearly written down as 19.
No, that's what it is right now.
You're good.
Okay.
But we had some people in the party who had been putting points into that, and it was over 25, so we had to make some adjustments. Okay,
Okay.
Let me look at
David and Juchi. That is really interesting, isn't it?
It is.
What else
Because
do
of our
David and
shared
Juchi
experience.
have? Yeah, exactly, right?
We have a shared experience together. That's right.
That is cool.
That is, yeah.
The dragon is saying, what is he saying? Yes, sister, who have you brought to me?
Awesome. I'm going to change my battery. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to relay that to my comrades. That the dragon is asking us who we have brought to her.
Yeah.
Or-
Ogre Summer, the
Mhm.
female dream dragon that's joined the party,
Mhm.
she led a worship service that everybody was
Mhm.
putting magic points into, so that's why he's talking to her.
Okay.
Yes. And I assume she can understand the dragon.
Yes, she can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had remembered that Davin and Juchi had shared this experience with a dragon newt, and a dragon had spoken to us, and that's how we learned Way of the Enraged Worm.
That's right. That's how Juicy learned that.
Yeah. So, but right now, just now, Brian, I apologize. I've played once in the last 2 months, and
Yeah,
so
it's okay.
I've spent the last 10 or 15 minutes going over my emails, and I the last thing I knew is we were in Bagnot, and you can explain to me later, but I have no idea what we're doing. Like absolutely no clue.
That's
It'd
okay. Just
take
really
you-
quick. You guys were going to investigate Mirov's house, who appears to be housing people who are willing to fight against the Lunar Empire. And in the process of coming here, you ran to a dwarf who asked you to come with him to recover an artifact that the dwarves of Dwarf Mine had gifted to a priest of the Empire of Worms Friends some several hundred years ago.
Gifted to priest of
The Empire of Worms Friends, the EWF. And he led you up here. This is a temple to the EWF.
All right, what's the dwarf's name?
His name is Fursurrasen.
Fursurrasen. Okay, so we went to Miroff's house.
No, you have not gotten there yet. You were on the way there when you ran into the dwarf.
Okay, and Miroff's housing rebels against the Lunar Empire.
Yep. Now,
So this is a side adventure.
Yes. But a piece to that is, what's his name? Another ore name. Wrong book.
So what are we doing here with this dragon?
Well, he just got a chance to talk to him. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
We're traveling with a dream dragon?
Yep.
Yeah, remember the last dragon you guys were fighting?
Mm-hmm.
And
She turned.
succumbed and said, I'll serve you if you keep me alive.
Oh yeah, that's right. What's her name again?
Orgorvale Summer.
Orgorvale Summer.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Mm-hmm. Now, there is a fellow who came to Clearwine and hired you off to Argrath's army to study with the warlocks, and his name also starts with an O. But he came to visit you guys area. Or Laurent, Dragon Friend. He came to Dunstop to talk to you guys. He's the one who relayed the information about the spies and what information they found, all that kind of stuff. And he told you also about all the excavations that are going on at Boulder Ruins, where you guys ran into that underground temple to the Empire's Worms Friends. It says if you run into anything like that again, to investigate it. And so when the dwarf talked about a gift to the Empire of Worms Friends,
Aha.
he said, yeah, this is something we can afford to do.
Okay, so we're basically trying to recover an artifact that was gifted to a priest of the Empire of Worms Friends.
Correct.
So why are we trying to Indian give something?
The dwarf in charge of Dwarf Mine wants it back.
After giving it away.
Well, it's been several hundred years and the Empire has fallen. They have no use for it. And for whatever reason the king wants it, the king wants it.
I understand. Do we know what the artifact is?
It's an armband.
Oh, okay.
Carved
It's
of
in the
dragons.
pile. Yeah, it's in a pile right over there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Wow. Is Juchi alive?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Is Juchi alive? Operative question.
Yeah, we're all
We
spirits.
should have started with that.
Yeah.
And so we came in, there's the chamber, there's the mosaic on the ceiling. People are relaying to you that it's got power, and David's saying, yeah, there's like 13 magic points up there in it, and this guy summoned your own Whiter, the Dream Dragon, the one that spoke to you when you were dead.
Yeah.
And he says, they asked him if they're in trouble, and he looks up and he sees the dragon up there, and he goes, yeah, you might be. And then all this occurred. Trying to figure out what's going on. There are scorch marks down the hallway. There are footprints here in the chamber.
Are we still considered to be serving the army? What's the name of the Ogle what?
Orgorvale?
Orgorvale.
Orgorvale is your dragon priestess lady here.
Right.
Or Laurent.
Or
is
Laurent.
the
thank you.
dragon friend that hired you to the army, or recruited you
Yes.
to the army.
And the name of the army is what again?
Well, it's one of the warlock groups. I don't remember which one offhand, but it's Argrath's army.
Egglords.
Argraths. Got it.
The
Thank
Egg
you.
Lords?
Argrath.
Thanks.
Got it. Thank you. I think I'm up to speed.
Egglord. I don't know. I'm probably not saying that right.
Sounds good.
I'm just writing Argrath's army, if it's all right.
And there's Irvana.
What great timing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just missed the recap.
Dead or what?
Come and talk
We're
to
actually
this
rolling up
dragon.
characters, so we just had a TPK. Sorry.
Oh, oh, what? Crimson Bad or
Oh, what's on the
Dragon.
ceiling?
Oh, it's not on the ceiling anymore.
Yeah, they've been trying to communicate with it, and they are finally successful.
Yes.
So the
It's now
mosaic
so-
dragon
it's
came to
not-
life.
It's,
So
yep,
Davin
it's now
and Juchi-
standing between us and the exit, talking to the dream dragon that thinks she's, a goddess, that she's been with us. The two of them are conversing.
Well, the dragon
We-
spoke to her, and she'll relay that.
Right. We
not
We-
another
He's
We
place?
asking
worship-
who I brought to him.
Yes.
she led a ceremony where we worshiped this dragon, and that's what brought it
To life, so to speak.
to life. Yes.
Brian, can Davin actually communicate in Old Wormish?
Well, the two
Up
of
to
you passed your
25%.
roll.
But I mean, that's an understanding. That doesn't mean you're speaking it, right?
Correct. Well, it's both.
You understood that phrase.
Well, I just think it would be impressive to them if we could respond in their language.
It would be, yes.
You want to try, Davin? Or you want me to?
Well, the Drake is talking to her, and if I understood from Brian correctly, she has relayed to us what he said.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So I don't know that we want to preempt that by disenfranchising her by talking directly to Ed. That might not go well.
Well, how did she respond to us? Did she speak in trade talk?
Yeah. Well, no, Hortling.
Okay.
She knows Hortling. He's asking who I brought him.
Yes.
What should I tell him?
Introduce us.
Yeah. Yes, introduce us.
Let's see.
Is there something specific, like individually, or?
Yeah.
This is so and so. This is so and so. This is so and so. Okay.
Sure.
No, that's fine.
Well, you could mention that we are initiates of the,
No. Layman understood.
or lay members of the dragon thing. We are friends of dragons. Do we bring in
Argrath, yes.
Argrath? Okay.
Yes.
Argrath. All right.
We've been tasked
Yeah.
by the dragon friend, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or Laurent
Mhm.
to seek out aid if we should stumble across it. And this is clearly doesn't get any more than this, right?
Okay.
Right.
So she'll relay
So-
that, and she'll introduce each of you. She will mention Argrath. Oh, when she starts to talk to the dragon, she
Yep.
does physically change.
Ooh.
Does she
There's a
realize that she's
No, she doesn't.
Mm-mm.
okay?
But that way, she's at 85% with Old Wormish, right?
Mhm.
She's got the frills and the smells and stuff.
So, two dream dragons talking.
No. One's a dream dragon. We're not sure the other one yet.
Well, it's very small. Must
Well,
be dream
speaking of
dragon.
which, has its aspect changed at all? In other words, is it more? It had 13 power. Does it still have 13 power?
It does.
Are there? Okay. Man, I
No,
guess I should say.
Magic
Are we
points.
close enough? Are we close enough now to determine
Magic points.
any other
Absolutely.
details?
What other details can you get with a closer range?
Whether it's a. Here, let me read it.
Yeah, I'm not sure anyone born in 1975 or later can fully grasp what a dream dragon is.
Okay,
I'm 1975. I'm good.
if the magic point source is regenerating or non-regenerating,
Regenerating.
Okay, could distinguish power crystal from a spirit bound in a crystal or living from the undead. And I can perceive magic with duration.
Oh. He may have something. Hold on. There is magic with duration running, yes.
Okay.
Wrong book. Can you determine different numbers of magic that's running, kind of thing, or?
The spell description is vague on that point.
Okay.
That's why I didn't ask.
Okay, that is not, but the other two are. Yep.
Brian, Old Wormish is just something I wrote on my character sheet. It's not actually on my character sheet.
Oh, it should be. It's a language.
Really?
Yes.
I'll take a closer look.
Okay, so he will speak in Hjortling and say, dragon friends, and he will sniff specifically at Juchi and Orestra.
And I hold up my hand when I get sniffed.
And he will say, seek out my Utuma and bring it here.
Mayatuma?
My as
It is
in
a sword.
possessive. Utuma. Utama.
Yep. It's a sword.
You don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Who said that? Wow.
What spoiler, man? Thanks.
I have a Corf.
But you don't know that's what it's called.
I ask, what is I'm not familiar with those words. Will you please? I'm sorry. I bow. I'm merely a shield maiden of Beaster Gore. I'm not privy to such magical knowledge.
Actually, oh no.
Lore.
You want me to make
Not a
Well,
restaurant, but Jarstakos.
Yes.
You can make a cult lore roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anyone found out the name?
Orlant. Okay.
What cult?
Orlanth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any other cult lore skills?
Let's see. Nope. I only have Orlant. I have a 37. I rolled a 29.
Okay. You recall from Orlanthe hero stories and such, right? When he killed the dragon?
Yep.
And specifically Well, maybe if you. Nah, never mind. That Orlanth was called. What was the dragon's name? Started with an A. The water one.
Aroka.
Aroka's
Agora.
Utuma.
Yep.
But
Brian,
Orcavale
have
will
we?
say it's a dagger,
Ah, okay.
a special
Fine.
draconic dagger.
Okay.
Brian, do we know the name of this dragon that we're talking to?
No.
Okay. I would like to ask, say, oh, great one, what is your name?
And he'll say, "Oh, how rude of me! Please forgive such a breach of form. I call myself Lalak. I am, as you can see, a dragon, and I am lord of this place and its treasures."
Oh, thank you. And it is a delight to be in your presence.
All dragon friends are welcome.
Larlock, if I may, a dwarf has asked that we seek and return to them, specifically the king of, and I'll give the dwarf's name,
Mm-hmm.
a gift that was given long ago to the then priest of this temple. Specifically, that bracelet over there. We seek your leave to do so.
Once you return with my Utunma, you may take what you like. And then he will say, "I suspect it's too late, but I will give you one piece of advice for your own good. Don't have more to do with dwarves than you can help."
Interesting.
That's to be
Well said.
understood. But I have to say, can you give us any idea where my Atuma may be? I am much better at killing than I am at finding.
If I knew where my Atuma was, I could get him myself.
Mm-hmm.
Fair point.
Yeah. The world is a big place. This would be much easier if it was just a matter of killing something.
Is it
Our
still
Lord
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Balak, I'm sorry, I wanted to ask, how long has it been since you have seen your Atuma?
I have never seen my Atuma, for if I had, I would no longer need it.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
Is it upon this plane or is it the god plane?
He looks at you quizzically and says, "I do not know what you mean."
It's all the same to him.
Okay.
We're going to find out. We will find it and we will bring it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Thank you, my friends. And then he'll scurry up towards the top of the dome and settle back into the mosaic.
I suggest we go back out and tell the dwarf that if he wants his arm ring, or if the king of the Dwarven run wants his arm ring back, he'll have to help us find Maya Tuma.
I agree.
Not my, his Atuma.
His Atuma.
It's a Tuma.
It's
It's
Atuma.
Atuma.
The Atuma.
The Atuma.
Right. Anyway, that's what I suggest. We just go out and blankly, tell the dwarf if they want it. We'll be happy to give it to them. We just need to get this Maya Tuma first. The Atuma first.
I asked
Lalak Satuma.
our lady, what's her name again?
Orgravale.
Orgaville.
Sleeping Beauty
Ooh,
Summer.
ooh, ooh. Yeah, let's have her go out with us, still in dragon form.
What's the Atuma used for?
Quick, quick.
As soon as she's done talking, she changes back.
Oh,
Okay. So she's clueless?
She is clueless.
What do we know about Lalak?
Only.
His name? And
The
that he's
dragon we
looking
just
for his
met?
Atuma.
Mhm.
He's a dragon,
know.
so he shouldn't be trusted, like you.
No.
And
Hold your hand up.
in the form of a mosaic.
Me?
Yeah, you. What's on that?
Or
is it?
Are you sure? I
Yeah,
think there's a
I'm
little
not
mark there. I'm going to express my gratitude to our priestess. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Of course.
Your aid was invaluable.
Indispensable.
Of course it was.
Right, let's go.
Okay, you come out of the double doors, down the little stone steps and stuff, and there is the dwarf, and
Hey.
he's kind of like bouncing, right? He's very, very energetic and anxious. He says, "You have the armband? Give it to me! Give it to me!"
And I'm going to look at him and finger my axe in a menacingly way, in sort of an intimidating way, and then I'm going to say, we will get your armband when you help us find the Tuma.
The Tuma? What is that?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask this dwarf if he's ever met a dragon before.
He has not.
Allow me to check my intimidate. Because I'm half inclined to want to cut him up. But I failed, so it doesn't matter. He can be unintimidated.
Okay, he is not intimidated.
Right.
Well, I'm particularly excited, and I will share the dwarf's excitement. There's a dragon in there, and he spoke to us and said if we would like to have that particular item, he wants something in exchange, specifically Tuma, my Tuma.
Is
I'm
Atuma.
It's
it's a Tuma.
yeah. The Mai is possessive.
Okay, so I'm sure you know what that is, right?
I am not familiar with dragon ways. No.
Yes. Well, that's his price.
But we did see your armband if you want to collect it.
Oh yeah, it's in there.
He looks rather frustrated. He goes, "I don't know what help I can be in finding this thing."
No,
Well,
go back
well,
to Dwarf Run and ask your king. I'm sure he'll be of help.
in any case,
Give Arrestra a dirty look.
your offer of reward is obviously falling far short of what is entailed for this particular venture. So I think if you're serious about this, we're, I think, amiable to pursuing this further.
Excellent.
But of course, I think you will need to bring forth some sort of incentive that is not based in someone else's hoard, and
Sweeten
far
the
more
deal.
tangible.
He'll look a little downtrodden, but he will say, that he can pay in gold for your services.
Excuse me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you want to put some weight behind that? Because just saying, yeah, you're willing to pay in gold, is that like a sliver's worth, a fingernail? What are you actually talking about when you say that?
I mean, he can pay in gold. What was he going to pay in?
Initially said that after he got the armband, you guys just take what you want out of the treasure. And there was a lot of treasure up there.
Yeah, he was giving away someone else's stuff.
Exactly. He's
But
giving
he
away
led
something.
you here. He showed you
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, that's it. And so we're even. We didn't kill him, and he led us to this place. So that sounds like a fair
That
trade-off.
he cannot enter.
Your were guild.
Oh, yeah.
He can pay your ransom in gold.
He's basically said, if you rob that guy's house, you can have anything you want.
Yeah. So you said your were guild. Just being clear, is it my were guild or all of us together combined?
Each will get their
Each.
ransom in gold.
Huh? For a priestess, that's actually pretty interesting.
Okay. Well, this of course is all contingent on us being able to find this particular
Right,
item.
that's exactly what I was going to say. This is all speculative, as we have no idea where to look for the tomb.
However, should
It
we
could be one of
prove
us.
successful, how would we go about finding you in the future?
I shall be waiting here.
He's been waiting next to the river for the last 300 years, so he should be patient
Okay.
enough to believe.
Now, just to be clear, is this an exclusive arrangement or non-exclusive?
Well, if others come by and can get it for me.
I see. So you realize that our investment in this particular venture. Yeah, I mean, if you're just going to go off to anybody who can go accomplish this, that's not a lot of incentive for us, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, such brave adventures as you know, it takes a special kind of person.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah.
Well, if that's your answer, then best of luck.
Yeah.
I shall wait for your speedy return.
Yeah.
With
Let
your
us continue
tuna.
on our mission. And when we're out of earshot, I will say, I believe we should report this to our superiors, as you know, Argath and the warlocks and such may be interested to realize that there's this treasure here, and they may be able to unpuzzle this riddle better than us.
Yeah, maybe go to a library or seek out an ancestor. But if Argrath is the Otuma of the other dragon, It's to me, it's
Mhm.
whoever's going to slay this dragon is the Otuma.
Mhm.
It could be me. It could be a restaurant.
Anyway, I
Had-
believe reporting this to our superiors, like, and particularly the one guy that mentioned reporting if we found any additional temples.
Yep, Orlerant.
Yep. We should definitely do that. This is another, we
Yeah,
have found another temple. We need to report it and then meanwhile, we have another mission to get involved in, and then we'll worry about this later. Let us press on.
Okay. All right. So if we get to
I just want to thank everyone for not grabbing loot and trying to run out and
frying everybody. Thank you for that.
Yes, I'm not.
With a
Well,
dragon?
I was
Yeah, no.
thinking about grabbing it and throwing it.
Yeah.
That's what people do when they're playing a one shot because they don't care about their characters.
Well, in my case, a restaurant's not that it's not that materialistic. So,
Yeah, my ransom's nothing, so I'm not into that.
Right.
I'm
you
scared
know,
of dragons.
one of
so
my
I go to
one of
river
my
with my
traits
phone.
is aesthetic. So relentless, ruthless, and ascetic. These
All right,
really
so
things
we go
are.
down to the river, then we stay on the west bank and go up to Miroff's house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a lot going on God's Day of Movement Week of Earth month.
Does anybody know what we're gonna do with these rebels against the? We're gonna recruit them or what?
That's the whole thing, to enter in discussion
Yeah.
to see how willing they might be with it to switch sides.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they're willing to fight against the Lunar Empire.
That's what the rumor is. You're here to validate that.
Yeah.
And didn't we have an agreement to meet them out in the plains somewhere?
No, there was a password given
Oh,
at the chieftain's hall. Well, it's not a
but
chieftain because this is Tarsh, lunar Tarsh.
somebody or something went and talked to him and gave him the password and came back, right?
Yeah, there's discussions where people have already talked to somebody in the house,
Thought it
assuming
was
some
one
kind
of
of
us.
butler, head servant kind of thing.
So we're kind of behind enemy lines.
Yes, which is the name of
Okay.
this chapter.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, in a way, we're more like in no man's land. We're kind of
That's not
between. We're kind of operating between the two armies.
that's not the name of the chapter.
That's true.
Okay, so next
They need to
day,
change.
traveling out of the
The name of the
hills.
chapter is misleading. They need to change it. I'll have to speak to the editor.
And then on the following day, as you get close to the river, you have an encounter with primitives.
What's the definition of a primitive?
Uh,
Are you
Barefooted
look?
you.
Are you
barefoot
looking at the party
with
when you say
weapons.
that?
But they have lions with them.
That's
Okay.
cool.
My gosh.
Excellent.
Somebody roll a d6 for me.
2.
6.
Two people rolled.
No, I was
So-
watching your right die roll.
The average of 2 and 6 is 4, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so they'll hold up. And one guy, obviously a leader because he's got all kinds of animal-like jewelry around his neck, will come forward. Where did my stuff go? There it is. Okay. Oh. He'll be using broken trade talk.
These are my kind of folks. I bet you I look more primitive than they do.
Hmm.
No, not with this copper cage pectoral I have on.
Yeah, there you go.
I look absolutely rich compared to them. It's copper.
Splendid. Yeah.
Not to mention the company you keep.
Yeah, you guys just,
Mm-hmm.
great warriors. I'll put on my finger symbols. Ting, 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 ting. Before we get started, can we take a bio break?
Sure thing, we can do that.
All right, thank you. I think I saw Bob.
Yep, he's there. Okay, so this group of primitives with their lions are traveling along the river. When they spy you, they will stop, and one of their number will come out. I misspoke earlier. This is not a significant leader. He's obviously in charge of this group. But these are just 5 adults with their 5 lions. And he will come forward and ask in stumbling trade talk. He'll like sniff the air too, and he does. I go, "You are not moon people. Where are you from? Why are you here?"
To kill moon people.
Nunya.
At that, he'll kind of perk up and go, "How many moon people have you killed?"
Not enough.
It's been about 3 years, right, since that duck pond?
Yeah. I did,
You might recall that we were present at the Queen's.
Oh, the big battle last month, 2 months ago. Yeah.
and of course,
We killed
I
equal numbers.
I killed a bunch of them at the Siege of Nacha, where I fought with great glory alongside King Brower.
Mm-hmm.
But just, we fought at that pass just a few months ago.
Yes. Right. We just killed a bunch back then. So, it's not enough. It's many, but not enough.
He'll ask if you kill others besides moon people.
Brew. Kill Brew.
If they insult the earth, then surely I will kill them.
What of men who ride on the water?
Ride on water.
Hmm.
You mean the wolf pirates?
Eric and his
He
crowd.
will look quizzical. He does not know of wolf pirates.
Yes. I don't know of men that ride on water. Some of them I kill and some of them I don't. It depends on which ones they are.
He'll say there are men on the river causing many problems.
Okay.
It would be wise to kill them.
Okay.
Do you know why the river has stopped flowing? The one to the east?
Ooh,
I don't really follow what's going. I don't really understand what they're saying.
I say I had a friend who was who was on the river, and he was a good man. So, but if these are bad, if these are enemies of the earth or friends of the moon, then I will endeavor to kill them if we come across them.
So do a quick break for Michael. Last episode, before we went to this cave, we were crossing a river, and there's some tributaries feeding into it. One of the tributaries was bone dry, and it should be flowing. So that's why I question maybe they are aware of it.
Quick clarification: not just the tributary, but the main river is lower than it should be.
Yeah. So this island here, you see in the middle of the map, something island, Cardos Island. There's a river, two rivers that go around it. Yeah, one of them, they're all low. So we're guessing it's could be easy for us. That's unusual. Find out why. Hence, that was my question.
And you had your owl fly upstream almost as far as like the Grayslander Capitol, and it was dry.
So back to discussions.
He will say he knows that the water is low. It has revealed sacred places.
That were below the water?
That's interesting.
Sacred to who? You and your tribe? Of course.
Maybe they're caves or something.
Yeah.
They're sacred to my people. But others... Others have been looking for them too.
Lunars? Or other than lunars?
I think he's calling them friends of the moon.
So I guess we can also inquire for the Friends of the Moon patrols that we should avoid.
They
or
are
kill.
moon people.
Moon people.
You know why they are seeking out these sacred places?
I do not know.
Clearly, they're doing it to defile them.
So these primitives don't like the lunars.
Exactly. They're your kind of folk.
Yeah, no rightful person should like lunars.
Well, there's an estate not far from here, across the river. Can you tell us anything of it?
It's full of moon people.
There's rumor that there are good moon people and bad moon people. Have you heard of such?
There are all kinds, even among the moon people.
I see. So I take it you have no commerce with these folks across the river.
We do not cross the river.
Oh, okay.
Name of the river?
It's right there on the map.
Osler?
Osir River.
I'll zoom in. You got it.
Mhm. It's the main river in these parts.
Yep. It's just kind of not sharp on my laptop.
Yeah,
That's
mine
because
Awesome.
I've got a poor version up there. I'm getting a better one.
It's all right.
You go
Osler River.
on- If you go on
Osler.
Discord in general, I put a couple of maps up so you'd be able to see it.
True.
You got it. Thank you. I'm just taking notes. So the Osler River is low right now. Receded. Are you nomads, or do you have a home, a set home, or do you travel from place to place?
We travel from place to place.
Okay. Interesting. You must care a great deal for. Are these grasslands here?
Yes.
Yeah, you must care a great deal for these grasslands and for nature.
We do. We also care for the water.
Do they look like they have livestock?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, no livestock, just lions.
That would make it hard to live. Maybe they have it elsewhere.
They probably hunt, hunter gatherers. That's what it means, I think,
So-
by primitives.
But
What
the
do you think?
lions- Oh, sorry, go ahead, Yuji.
I was just going to ask what they knew about the Temple of Reaching Moon.
He
Is
does
that one of
not
their-
know what you're talking about.
Okay. I was just wondering if that was one of their sacred sites.
No, that's a lunar thing.
Oh, that would make sense. Reaching Moon.
Has anyone met any Telmori?
Funny,
That's
because
the
that
deal.
was my next question.
Tell them more.
Aren't the Telmoris
The wolf.
the wolf people?
No, Telmori.
Basically, my question was: are your lions brothers and sisters or pets?
Yes, they are. In fact, one of them is like right by him, and he reached down and he'll scratch it behind the ears.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. There are several primitive tribes, not besides just the wolf people. There are lion people. I know that. I don't think Arestra does.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
In fact,
Right.
nobody in the party has heard of lion people. They may
No,
have heard
definitely.
about.
Right.
Well, they know of the Telmori because part of the army went off to fight Telmori
Mhm.
before
That's
the
what I
Brew
heard.
attacked.
And most clans in Sartar would know about the Telmori.
Right.
That's true because
Just-
they raid and
But
stuff.
these,
Yeah,
But
and
these are-
they were actually the guards of the prince.
They were.
They're the main. That's how they get back. That's how they get into the, basically to the into the clans that they were accepted. But I know the name of the lions as well. But I know my character doesn't.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to say to whoever it was that was doing most of the conversing for us, I think it might have been Arestra, and say, can you ask, please, what is the person's name?
Okay. And what is your name, sir? I am Arestra, and these are my companions. And I will, I guess, introduce everybody.
Okay. He will say, I am called Nasia Dean. And he'll point back to somebody who says, Gupaga, Takaduka, Sankablaka, Nushmata.
Okay, I'll just write Nasia Dean. So, Nasia Dean, I wanted to ask, how do we give you? So how do we find you if we wanted to give you an update on the site, on the state of the sites that we discover? Is there a way that we can find you in the future? I presume you want to know what the condition of these sites is.
No, we know the condition of the sites.
Oh, okay. All right then.
The river has fallen. The sites are exposed. Ancient sites.
Hmm.
I suppose there any runes on these folks would be more beast runes than anything.
Yes.
Mhm.
Though they will have, the standard elemental runes and such as well.
Sounds like they might be being defiled.
Yeah, if they're being exposed, they'd
Unbelievers.
be
Now,
unbelievers.
I'm gonna whisper to my party that, like, don't you think that a really ancient site might be a good location to find a very ancient Utama?
Mhm. Makes sense, but ask them if they know the word Utama.
No, they don't.
Never know
Hmm.
till you ask.
So, I think you're aware that an army has come to fight the Lunars, Argrath.
We do not know of an army. Other than
I
the moon
see.
army.
Well,
It travels on the roads.
I seems we're bringing some news to you then. Indeed, there is an army that is moving against the Lunar
Moon
Empire.
moon people.
Excuse me. Pardon me. How does that strike you?
That is a good thing.
I see. And I wonder, would you and your people perhaps support such an endeavor?
I'm sorry, you broke up. What'd you say?
Would you and your people assist that army against the Lunars?
We are too small to fight against the moon people.
Yes, but together we are stronger and greater.
But you wouldn't really have to fight. I think it'd be more in the scouting
There are
area.
many ways that you could be of assistance, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
That would be up to Red Eye.
Red Eye is your chief.
He's our chief.
Um,
Ask him.
I can tell you for certain that we are seeking allies to assist in this endeavor against the Lunars.
The moon people torment and hunt us. We fight what we can. We run when we must.
Then I would encourage you to seek out Argrath um, and his people. Um, we are presently on a mission, but we can be found at Bagnot. Are you aware of Bagnot?
No. And he'll talk with the folks that he's guiding on. We have not heard of this place, Bagnot.
Where is
Right?
Red? To further Davin's point, where is Red Eye?
Back at our camp.
So I guess this is back to what I was trying to say earlier: is how can we find you if we want to find you? You know, we come in peace. We mean you no harm. Can I make like a roll or something to try to charm this guy?
Sure, if you want. I'm just trying to think of, what he would actually answer. So he'll tell you that their camp is downriver.
Downriver towards Ole, up that way. Okay.
How far north do you guys roam?
They follow the river in between the mountains.
They're on the west side of the river?
Yes.
Do you
I'm
go
gonna
past the Dragon Ute?
Oh, the dragon people.
Yeah.
We tried to stay away from the dragon people.
Okay.
I'm gonna sketch out a map that we're aware of. Right, we got the rivers here. We got the main tributary down in, or the what is that lake? What's that called?
Long Lake.
Long Lake. You know this place, yes?
They do know Long Lake.
Okay. So just to the east of that, there's a range of hills and several settlements, right? There's a tributary, and draw the tributary out that goes from Boar Ford, running up toward Bagnot. There's little settlements along there, and there's a road, right?
Okay.
Do you know the road there?
No, they do not know. They have never crossed
Ah,
Side.
the Long Lake.
you haven't crossed
River.
Long Lake. I see. That wasn't clear before. All right.
So they
Hmm.
roam between the Hydra Mountains and
Thus
the
the
river,
river.
basically.
Okay.
They've
Well,
probably never been south into Grayslands.
Probably not.
Yeah. Is
Oh.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Devin?
I believe the army has occupied, just on the other side of the river. There's that location right there, big red spot. Haven't we occupied that?
That is occupied, yes.
Yeah. Right.
Deep something.
Well, I'm thinking west of that, closer to the river.
Yeah, Deep
But
Cut is the township, that whole clan area, which is actually called. I've got that here somewhere. Where'd it go?
On the wrong side of the lake, though.
I'm
The
just
Gironi.
trying to
The
get
Gironi
them.
live there. And Argrass Army has occupied that.
My purpose in bringing this up is to give them a point of reference to reach out if they determine that they're interested in helping our grass army. I don't think we can take them in hand and go down there at this point, unless you guys think this is a more valuable use of our time at the moment.
Nope. Let's talk to the folks at Marov's house.
Yeah, we've got another priority, but I would be great if they would want to join up and or help in some way.
Yeah.
And in a gesture of friendship, I'm not sure what is customary in terms of exchange or giving of gifts. Perhaps we could share with you some of our provisions to show our earnest interest in your.
Oh, they seem interested in that.
Okay.
And in exchange, they will provide you with some raw meat.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. He seems very happy. He's not so sure about the food, though. It's dry.
That's fine.
Well, I have 10 gold goblets. If they, want to get a gold goblet, I'm not sure it's worth giving them.
You're carrying that around? Clink, clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
Yeah, I mean, according to my notes, I am, and I have no knowledge that I'm not. So
I would decide otherwise and say it's in a safe, secure place in town, rather than on my person.
Back in
yeah,
both
what he
homes.
said. Yeah, what
You
he
left
said.
it on your horse.
It's your intent. Yeah, well, that's true too. Our Gracelander.
But you never know when you need to have a 8-place fancy setting. So I don't know.
10 place.
10-place fancy setting.
Gracelander's home is on his horse, so I suppose.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so does anybody have any much institutional knowledge about these people, like
No.
who they worship?
None of.
So we don't even know what
anything
they
about these
worship.
guys. You could possibly make some assumptions that it's parallel to the Telmari.
Hmm. But it's not. They don't worship dragons. We know that.
No, they don't.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
They worship
that's what I
ancestors, probably.
Mhm.
I like ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Now, an interesting fact is that the Telmari are werewolves. And you know that on every wild day they change and are hard to kill.
How far away?
Imagine a lion instead of a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the army attacks on Wild Day.
So if
Yeah.
it's
Well,
a
that's the
lion,
point.
basically, you only have to worry about the females.
We definitely need these people as our allies. I think Davin was barking up the right tree. We need to recruit these people.
Not very many at this point.
Yeah, we have to have something to offer them, though.
Well, I think that's for our graph to decide. We're not in a position to speak for the army.
Right.
No, but we could open contact with them,
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
if they're having problems with their river. That is something
Absolutely.
maybe we might not be able to fix, but Argorath might be able to.
I think that's a worthy thing to bring to our. Yeah, Argrath isn't actually nearby at the moment. He's
Way south.
up to the south with, yeah, but he didn't leave the army unattended. So we send it up the chain.
Sounds like a plan.
Right. Well, it was a great pleasure and honor to meet all of you.
Absolutely.
We
I feel
too.
the same.
And then they'll gather up and head north, following the river.
I offer any healing if they need any before they leave.
There will actually be a few who do.
Okay.
Well done.
And then off they go. And obviously there's plenty of fording area here with the river so low, although there is an actual ford as well where the road ends from the village on the other side.
Did anyone
Crossover.
notice?
It's getting dark. There's actually on this side the village is kind of squalid, but as it transitions to the rest of the township, there is a place called the Dragon Inn.
Of course there is.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know we were going into town. I thought we were down.
Well, I'm assuming you want to. Do you want us not?
No, I thought there were some arrangements that were in the previous session. So that's what clutters my mind.
And what's the name of the town?
Next to the compass on the map, Meyerhoff.
Mirov's house. Mirov's house.
I think to Pete's point, we need to discuss how we're approaching this.
Okay.
There's been a lot of discussion about what we could or should or might do, but I don't know that we've actually
Yeah.
got
See,
any
what
kind
I recall, somebody made contact, and we're going to meet in the hills.
of. Let me see if I
Am I
can
mistaken for
encapsulate.
that?
What we know is the following: there were spies, Argrass spies, investigating this location, Margraff's house.
Yeah. Well,
The
possible uprising of, because it's not just this place. This, they're looking everywhere, right?
Yeah, so the report came back that this is a possible location for rebels who might work with Argraff. That is the extent of what we know. There is a code phrase that we offer should we approach the house. Say the code phrase, and presumably they let you in.
The clan head's name is Dianth Kalos.
Yep, that's what I have written down. Headman of the Lunar Tarsh clan.
So our assignment is to assess their strength. Are they able to help? And to report that back to, what's his name? Dragon Friend. Olorant Dragon Friend. So basically, as I understand it, we're just here to make contact and to solidify some kind of arrangement that yes, they're willing to help, they're able to help. This is our strength. This is where we could participate. So we need to contact this Dianth Kalos. So the question is, do we all go in, knock on the door, see how it goes? Do we assume the worst and this is all a big trap and it's going to be a big ass fight?
I think the first. That would be my vote.
Okay, so I don't know that any of us are able to pass ourselves as lunars in any way, shape, or form. So I would not suggest that we go into town and take an inn. Our ability to be subtle, how should I put it? Let's just say we're not very subtle.
No, yeah, I think that's very astute, and I think it's nauseating to even think about passing off as a lunar.
So, yeah. So my suggestion is that we stay on this side of the river until morning, and then make our way across to the house and give the passcode and see if we can get in to see Dianth. Does anyone have an alternate suggestion on how to pursue this?
Plan C is that you send a scout of 2 people to go investigate, but I think that your idea is probably better.
Yeah, if we separate, yeah, I kind of get that idea. I do. But if things go badly for those 2, there's nothing any of us are going to be able to do to help. And we're not even going to know what happened. It's going to be, oh, they're past the freckle. What are we going to do now?
Now, this is lunar Tarsh, right? So the people are Tarshites, although the lunar imperial stamp, if you will, is on top of what's going here. So if you see some soldiers, yeah, they'll be definitely lunar soldiers, right? But the people themselves, it's kind of like
they've been colonized, right?
Yeah. Conquered, occupied.
But they still have their native dress.
Exactly.
Native dress.
Yeah, you still have a lot of Ernalda. You'd still need some.
In fact, there's a major Ernalda temple on the island.
Exactly. So Ernalda, like, we can fit in.
Can we? Okay.
The Lankerma, you might have to try to be.
I'm not taking my beard off.
No, but but you could change brown for gray.
What?
Or
that's a sacrilege. Snap my book close.
I don't see any harm in staying on this side of the river for the
Okay,
night.
just for knowledge.
Oh,
Going in,
well, of course. Now that you put it that way, what was I thinking?
Now, the
But I mean-
major issue I see would be language.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you'd be using trade talk because everybody can use trade talk. But are there accents going to come through or not?
yeah, here's why I think that Bruce's idea is probably better is because I think that there's more likely we'd have to come across some kind of like guard or something at night where we would have to explain what we were doing, whereas during the day we might be able to just pass into town without any explanation. So I think it probably is better to camp out for the night and then do this during the daytime when we won't have to like tell a guard why we're entering the city at night.
I would think the Grayslander on his horse is the one that would really cause the problem.
He didn't
Yeah.
bring his horse, so.
I just wanted to again point out that although my perception is really good, my stealth is really bad. So you don't want, if we're going to do any scouting, you don't want me to do scouting and sneaking at the same time, sort of thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, like we're not going in there stealth.
Right.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
We don't-
going in there
don't do
pretending to
stealth.
be Tarsha. There's still, yeah, exactly. There's nobody here that does stealth. Like, I'm usually on a bison, so.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is we have one Orlanti that you can definitely know that he's Orlanti, and we have one Grayslander. So,
Right.
like, everybody else can sort of meld into the general population, but at
We
the same
hang
time,
back?
it's a small village, so
Should we
you're gonna
hang
know
back?
new people. Well, that's the ick. Like, if you guys hang back, you're part of the main weaponry, let's say.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Why
don't think
Not
this
to
is.
take anything away from Aristra, but
Can I
What?
interject? I don't think that this is a mission where you're going to fight your way out. So
yeah, if we get there, we're not in a good spot.
yeah.
Why does the Orlanthi stand out so much? What's going on there that I don't understand that?
Well, he must have air
Whatever.
tattoos and
Put a shirt on.
Over your forehead.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just saying, if there are, obvious tells, can we put a hat on? Can we put a shirt on? Can we make it less obvious?
Oh yeah.
Yes, in fact, you probably would have been outfitted in local garb before you left.
Okay.
Of course, I might be able to show my moon rune.
which should give us a modificator to our
Mhm.
disguise.
I am
Which is
not
gonna
gonna get
suck
any-
because none of us have.
Disguise
Now, if
Yeah,
I am
you-
not going to get any taller.
or acting or
I can't get any taller though.
What, do we have the directions to the place where the password? Is it obvious?
I thought we were just going to go in and ask where the rebels are.
Yeah.
Rebel scum. Specifically,
Excuse
no,
me.
you don't have directions to the specific building. It's the
We're
clan
here to
head's
kill
house,
learners.
so it should be somewhat obvious.
Oh, the clan head. Okay.
But if you see the little houses out in the middle of the island,
There's lots of houses.
yeah,
Yeah.
a single little house thing, that's a village, right?
Mhm.
And this has 3 little houses.
Yeah, it's a large.
So it's a very large. In fact, I might even have a description on it here somewhere. Hold
a
on.
town.
Mm.
also it'd be easier to blend in but harder to find.
Mhm.
Tell them we're from the government and we're here to help.
Nope.
What, you pretending to be attached?
Well, anybody that's a Tarshite should know where the headman house is.
Mhm.
Anybody remember Clockwork
Yeah.
Orange? The plumber?
Oh yeah.
Or no, the AC? The rebel AC guy?
That would make us droogies.
Actually, that's not what I'm looking for either. Where is it? Here we go.
I mean, but as far as what do you guys think about Where do you guys want to stay tonight? You want to do this at night or during the daytime?
Well, I like your point about not having to go past town guards at night. So we could wait till the morning and go.
Mhm.
Okay, it's considered a village.
A village.
But since you actually have not, scouted it out, you don't know exactly what's out there.
Well, we have an aerial scout.
Yeah, let's make use of our good opportunity to make use of our aerial scout.
Especially since it's nocturnal. Fly around the town. How many buildings are there? Is there a stone building that looks like the headman's house? That kind
Well, there are a number of houses, obviously, and businesses and such. There's even a large temple.
Hmm. So could fly over or fly down and see what kind of temple.
Mm-hmm.
Who the deities are that are being venerated.
What's the bird's intelligence?
I can tell you. I can tell you. Bird's intelligence is 13.
Roll it.
Roll something, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Roll a number and tell you what it is. Okay.
Yeah, roll percentile.
79.
Okay.
Didn't
It's a
think of
large temple.
it. Big temple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and on this side of the river is kind of a slummy area. Boats have in the past traveled up and down the river. There are boats there. Not really docks, but, where they would tie boats up, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's still some movement up and down the river, but not what you would expect if the river was fully there, right?
Hmm.
Riverside is slummy. Roadside is better.
So what is it? Late in the afternoon, evening?
It's evening. It's getting dark.
All right. Well, we just stay here, throw up some tents and animal skins and sleep for the night.
Yeah, works for me.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, so nothing happens
Sorry about that.
the rest of the night.
All right. So where are we? Water Day of Illusion Week?
That sounds about right. No, it's freeze day.
That's when we met the primitives. Okay.
Oh, yep, you're right. Sorry. Actually, met the primitives on Water
Guides
Day, so it's Clay Day.
Clay Day. All right. The night we spend is Clay Day.
The day after the encounter with the Hushian is, I believe, Clay Day.
Okay.
God, freeze, water, clay.
Yeah, we are at the house.
No. You're
Well,
at the river.
same difference.
Wake up in the morning, no encounters. What are you going to do?
Make our way in.
Okay. As I mentioned, this part of the town is kind of slummy. There is, however, a inn there called the Dragon Inn. And as you get closer towards the roadside of town, things get much better. You will see a temple, rather large temple, that is Ernalden.
Mm-hmm.
But there are signs of Humacht and Tai Koratek as well.
Cool.
And across from the temple is a gated home.
Mm-hmm.
2-story. It's a little bigger than others, so you would assume that that would be. It's not really the clan heads, but the headman's residence.
Headman.
Village elder kind of thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we would find Dianthe.
Yes.
Now, Brian, this code phrase, is this something that one would use in conversation, or is it something whispered through a keyhole?
It would be used in conversation.
Okay. I propose that we, as all good citizens should, introduce themselves to the Thane. Are they Thanes here in Lunar Tarsh? Introduce ourselves, use the code phrase in um, some appropriate way, and ask them for, let's see,
Audience.
Diane's Kalos.
where's the where would a good place for us to stay the night? Could we,
Mm-hmm.
and then allow them to initiate our contact,
Okay.
or
So,
go from there.
yeah, at the gate there is a guard. And you explain that traveling through the area, introducing yourself to the headman.
Or woman.
Well, it's kind of like a title, like the prince.
Yep. Okay. I'm kidding.
Although they do queen and king instead of just
They
doing
do.
kings. No, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so I'm going to need somebody to try to do this. We're not really from Sartar conversation. Who wants to do that, and what kind of skill they're going to try to use to do that?
Something tells me I'm not allowed to be that person.
Yes.
Well, you aren't from Sartar. You're from Gracelands.
Alrighty. So the appropriate skills would be something like fast talk.
Yeah,
Could orate be applied?
potentially, yes.
Okay. So I've got some orate. Anyone got any fast talk or possibly charm?
I'm not particularly charming.
My charm is a whopping 30 or 25.
Is that a manipulation?
Than Miriam.
No.
No, communication.
Yeah, we're looking at communication skills.
Okay, my charm sucks, but whatever.
I'm not too bad in Raid, but the Ick
My
is trying to
alright sucks
explain why
too.
there's so many people with an Ernelda Priestess.
My singing is good though.
Yeah, we'll sing a duet.
Mm-hmm.
We can charm. We can distract people that way.
If we poison the guard, I could treat him.
Well, it's like if you stab them, you can heal them.
Also,
That too.
Right. I'm not
We
hearing
don't.
any takers, so
I think you're the face of the party, whether you like it.
I'm
or
happy to do it, but I've been told it's not a good idea. Because I don't have very good stats.
okay. Well, I think as a linker is there a library nearby or some place
There
of
is
all right.
a library
So
here. It's a small one. It's associated with the temple.
okay. So yeah, I can use that as a linker. I tend to be apolitical, so I can use that as that's why I'm here. That's why we're here. Right.
to study
What?
why is
I'm here to research at the library.
Okay. Now,
It's linker my stuff. Don't bother asking.
I can say the same.
okay. Do you know Ezrolian?
As a language, no.
Yes. I do know Hortlane.
And trade talk.
Do you know Old Pavik?
Havoc, no.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's Thalen, Altwormish, and Trade Talk. Those are my options. Probably want to use Trade Talk.
Yeah,
Now,
you're going to use Trade Talk, but I'm using the relationship of Thealen to Tarshite for like accent kind of stuff.
okay.
So, what is your Hortling or Thealen?
75.
VR.
Now, I could cast Glamour to increase my communication skills.
True.
And I believe can't I use that to be more other than Sartor? Or is that just going to further emphasize that you're not from around here? Well, of course not. I'm a traveling linker, my scholar. Of course, I'm not from around
I
here.
remember there being something about Glamour doing that kind of thing. Let me look.
Got to talk fast. It only lasts 2 minutes.
It doesn't say, but we'll assume it does something like that.
I would, yeah. Well, okay. So that adds how much to communication
10%.
skills? 10%. All right. So that puts me at 88. Good enough?
Um,
Great talk would be at 48.
okay, roll percentile for me real quick.
Okie doke. Here's where it all falls apart.
It's the effort.
92. I can't even speak. I'm stumbling over my.
New York. You sound like somebody.
Okay,
I got a bug in my throat.
go ahead. And, what is your trade talk?
48.
Okay, go ahead and roll against that, but it's not 48. We're looking for a higher number because they also speak trade talk, right?
why did you take Jarteco?
46.
Okay.
So that falls under my trade, which is good.
And your spiel is?
Yeah, here to introduce ourselves to
Dianthe. As is appropriate, visiting scholar, here to check out the library, but wanted to, be polite, introduce ourselves, fit in the passphrase in that conversation, since I
Sure
don't know
thing.
what it is. I have no way of throwing it in there,
That's
but
fine.
blah, blah, blah.
Okay, what's your power?
Oh, Steve, this isn't a good time. Good kitty. My power today, my power is 15.
Roll percentile.
Today it's 15.
Yeah. 33. That's
Okay.
better.
As you go through your little spiel, when you mention that passphrase word, he'll kind of look at you,
Okay, I'll look at him.
and then he'll say, "I see. Please come with me," and then he'll lead you guys in. And on the way out, he'll call to one of the other guards to take his place.
Success.
So he'll lead you in. There'll be some kind of a solar waiting room kind of place. And he'll say, "Please wait here." He'll depart. He'll come back later. Not too much later, but it'll be, a few minutes. With who must be Dianthe. Is it Kalos?
Close.
All right, sweetie.
Dianthe Kalos. Who is a female, by the way. And she will sit down and say, "You may speak freely here." Where did that go?
Our spies report that you're ready to help.
Anstead here is a friend. And she'll start asking questions like, where have you come from? Who do you represent? What are you looking for? She'll open up with real conversation.
Okay. Who do we represent? We were sent to assess what resources may be available to us. Franks, what information you can provide regarding movements in the area?
Okay, she will tell you excuse me, that Fazir, I think that's Fazir the Wide Red.
The dwarf Fazir?
No, Fazir Wide Red.
The general.
Yes.
Oh,
Pretty much rules Kotoros without any regard
inwards.
from furthest. So between Fazir and King Ferandros, there's an undeclared civil war.
Between Fazir and
King
who?
Ferandros. He's the king of Tarsh.
Hmm.
And there's They're at war? Is that what I heard you say?
There's a power struggle going on. It's
Power
essentially
struggle. Okay, thank you.
a cold civil war.
Okay.
Undeclared. That's the word they use. An undeclared civil war between the two. Well, between
Got it.
their supporters, right?
So there's a power struggle between King of Ferandros and what was the other one's name?
Vizier.
Vizier, Wide Red.
Wide red. Power struggle.
The lunar commander. And
Tar.
governor.
Hmm.
Okay, so by
Yes.
supporting one or the other, we might weaken both.
Exactly.
Which
Wow.
one is backed by the Lunars?
Vizier.
Ferandros.
Random.
He's the king of furthest.
Vizier is the commander of the lunar armies. Right?
Thought they're both backed by Lunars.
Depends on what
they
year
are,
it is.
right? Now, he was a general, but Ferandros attempted to assassinate Vizier's powerful supporters.
Mm-hmm.
So that caused the falling out.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Family
We
affairs.
like the power struggle.
So Vizier returned here to Cardaros with his armed supporters and essentially rules the island on his own.
Oh, okay.
And Fazur is the Tarset.
Yeah, his
Island's name
family's
one
from
more
here,
time.
so he's a Tarshite, yeah.
Yeah.
Cardaros, I got it. Thank you. Cardaros. So we're in his territory.
Well, essentially in the territory of both of them, because the kingdom is larger than the island. But the island is essentially autonomous at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like Ferandros has full sovereignty or control over the kingdom.
He's losing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your investment in this?
They're an ancient Tarshite family. They want to get out from underneath the boot of the empire.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
But are you aligned with Fazur or?
It sounds like neither.
Their family is also Tarshite. So she leans towards him.
And how can I put this? If the army comes north and we go towards the prince or the king, sorry, would Fazur intervene? Or do you have any sway?
At this point,
with...
she doesn't know.
Okay.
Even neutrality would help.
If she had to gamble any attack against Ferandros, or furthest for that matter, really, would strengthen Vizier's position.
Mm-hmm. But would be possibility of us being caught in a wedge. So we'd have to negotiate with Fazur.
That would be best.
Are there many lunars at the Earth Temple?
What do you mean?
Well, is the head priestess of the Earth Temple at RQG?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Is she lunar backed or Tarshite?
Oh. Where did that go? I do want to say that they are lunar.
Okay. So we wouldn't have any
She might be able to get
help
more
from them.
information later.
Okay. Because that's a fairly large temple.
It is.
So there's a lot of power there.
There is.
Do I understand that? I got to take this above the table for a moment.
Sure, yeah.
Did she just say that we're supposed to go to Vizier?
No, she did not say that you need to go to him. No.
Okay, what did I hear in that regard?
I was asking if we attacked, like let's say our Grath decided to go straight for the king, if Fazur would intervene or not. If you'd see that basically as an attack, like is he trying to protect? How could I say it? Tar?
I think he'd
Or,
love it for his enemies to attack each other.
yeah, but that's the thing. But is he going to attack us after? Like that's where our Grath would have to come in, or one of his main generals to speak with them to see
I,
what they want to arrange afterwards. But at least if you can get the lunars out while you're negotiating with Tarshits and not with lunars. So.
I think either party is going to attack whoever's left over.
Yeah, but like we're in Tarshite territory, and we're talking about Tarshites, which is in a sense sort of Orlanthi in its essence. Like if you go outside cities, basically.
I don't think he gives a shit about these people. I just think he wants to be in control. That's my impression. That's my cynical view of these ruling class. You know, I don't think he wants to. I think if we attack his enemy, he'd probably love that. You
Yeah,
know,
that part. It's the after.
well, let's. Okay, sorry to bring it above the table. I had to clarify that point because it wasn't making sense. So I'm sorry. Let's return to the what's her name, Diane?
Yes.
Because a lot of that is speculation on what our graph may or may not do. I mean, that's above my pay grade, I think. What is so our goal here is to assess what your strengths are, what aid you can provide, and are there limits on that aid? Um, and also distribution of lunar forces on the island. Is that information available? Or did I misunderstand our instructions? Are we supposed to be doing something else here?
No, you're to gather information.
Okay. So I'm
who are we reporting this information back to again?
Oleron, the dragon
Roland,
friend.
Orlant.
friend.
Mm-hmm.
And are we better off just letting like
Yeah, it may be that
it's
we can facilitate one side or the other, fighting each other.
yeah, it's like I
Um,
say, is Fazur strong enough to actually attack? And do we just
Let it happen.
yeah. Because that's the other thing. Like, we're not high enough up to know, do they want to keep expanding just to occupy territory, or do you want to just basically make sure that you don't have a lunar problem coming back at you? So,
Well, the impression I got is that they want to survive this. That is, Dianeth and her clan, she wants to survive what's going to happen. I think
Yes.
they can see the writing on the wall.
no, but I mean us. Like, what's the advantage for us to keep going north if you could have an ally that could block basically enemies coming south? Like, if you have a
Well, if you
tar,
expand the map out, from
if you have a
further to
Tarshite ally that basically blocks your borders for you, you don't have to keep going north unless you want to basically go right into the empire. But is it to stop the empire become south, or do you want to expand into the empire?
Is that a question for Dianeth or is that a question for Argrath? What? Who are you?
Well,
Who,
that's that. No, it's a question for us. Like, what? It depends on what Argrath is looking for, basically.
yeah, I don't know. Do we know? Do any of
No,
us?
that's the thing. Like,
Okay,
because
so
depending on what she wants to do or how far she wants to go, but that's why it'd be interesting to see if she has any contacts to get any information from Fazur
regarding,
regarding on where he is with the army to the south, what we represent basically.
okay, I
Because
think
if
we're at
we
war
can
with
open
him.
talks with them, well,
Right, we're presently on the map. We are in
in his
Agnot,
territory.
which is on his doorstep.
Well, where we are right now, we're right in his territory.
I mean, speaking from my character's perspective, like there's no way that I would want to be allies with either one of them, because I don't trust them. Um, I mean, I think that I would love to see both of them destroy each other. So, I mean, whatever we can do to help that end.
Yeah, I think our goal here is purely informational.
Yeah.
Gather information and report back.
Yeah, me from an Earth pantheon, I'm looking at it more as there's probably 50% or more of Earth in this area. So,
Sure. No, I don't think we're at war with the good guys. Right? There's the Lunars, and there's the occupied, and I think Argrath is up here trying to free the occupied, right?
Yes.
Okay, so um, is she able to provide any illumination on those questions?
I'm checking some stuff. Hold on.
I get about 10 minutes before I'm going to be a pumpkin.
Okay. Should we just stop right here then? I can do some more research.
Works for me.
It's your
yep.
call.
Nirvana. What's your
Yep.
power?
19 or 20? 19.
Roll percentile.
$80.
Okay. Arestra, what's your power?
19.
Roll percentile.
19.
13.
Wow.
13.
Amazing.
1 3. 13.
Okay. Arestra, through your connections with Babista Gore in relationship to Moran Gore, you've heard word about how the Shaker Temple, where'd it go? Does support Fazur and his people.
Okay.
There's a shaker.
Mm-hmm. That's Sumerian Gore. They're the Tarsh exiles, the ones that left Tarsh after was conquered by the Lunars. They worship the Sumerian Gore predominantly, the earthquake goddess.
That's a very strong temple.
Mm-hmm.
So is this the thought that Jazir would ally with Argrath to go after the Lunars?
Now, I was going to
I mean,
say
he is a Lunar.
I don't know about Fizir, but I would assume
Well,
that the Shaker
remember, he's a
Temple is
Tarshite.
friendly with Argath.
He's a lunar, but
Yeah.
he's a Tarshite.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tarshites aren't lunars, so
Mm-hmm.
And the king attempted to assassinate his supporters.
Okay. So the big news that we want to return with is there's a wedge there that Argrath could take advantage of.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's big news.
Yeah.
In fact, that's huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that's what I'd
And
like to see happen.
I try to find out if there's any priestess in the temples that are pro Tarshite or anyway anti-lunar. They would have some power or push. But you can get that info for the next session. I don't need it right now.
I'm a little bit curious as to why this wasn't shared with the prior individuals that came to you.
The other individuals were simply making contact.
I see. Okay.
Now, in reference to the Earth Temple there, it is... Shoot, where'd it go? There we go. It's dedicated to Hanil as the incarnation of the Earth Goddess.
Ah, shit.
The Red Earth, the mother of corn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also a grain goddess.
Yeah, okay. Which would be the local goddess, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, anybody higher up is not going to be pro. They're all going to be pro lunar.
That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And they
So we
might
don't.
and they might be neutral in this sense. You know,
Well,
it's
not if they're
really
John Eel. If they're Eel, they're going to be
they're going to be
way more lunar. 'Cause
right. They're going to be
basically
pro lunar, but they might be sort of neutral in this what is still in effect a civil war between two lunar leaders.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Feather isn't lunar.
Okay.
Thought he had a lunar army. I'm confused.
He
Which
is
is
lunar.
easy to do.
It's like separating the Waffen SS from the regular German army. There's
Gotcha. I'm gonna have to crash, you guys.
Yeah, it would be more taking basically an Austrian and put him in Germany.
Yeah. Cordros
Yeah.
Island is Pelorian only by watershed and language.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tarth was barbarian not very long ago. So
Right.
okay.
All righty. Got to get our sleep for the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Yeah. We have to get up and go to the farmer's market tomorrow.
Or who's in the Super Bowl this year?
Kansas City and San Francisco.
Oh, okay, I don't watch enough.
Yeah.
I don't watch a whole lot either, but my wife likes sports, so we watch the championships and stuff. Okay, so I'm gathering up some information here. She's gonna take some time. She's gonna need time to do
Sure.
research on finding out the information you want.
Okay, when would be the next contact, and how?
Well, yeah. Where's a good place for us to
Yeah, where can we lay low?
lay low, and then you can find us there?
Well,
We can always
the
go look
Dragon
for
Inn
Natuma.
is the only inn in town.
The Dragon Inn.
Yeah, but is it safe for us to
And
be
every
there?
spy in the world will be there.
Mm-hmm.
It would be out of the view of anyone who may be suspicious.
Okay.
Okay.
But if there's something that you need to do to keep yourself busy, she has a proposition for you.
Let's hear that.
Do
I'd rather not be where lunar spies can come by and yeah, look at them. They're not from around here.
No, I'm gonna have to use my treat poison.
Where did it go?
I like this plan. Let's do something for her while we wait for her.
So there's this dwarf. He's on the east side of the river.
Exactly.
My grandfather knew him.
He was looking for a dagger.
Bracelet.
Where did it go?
Family heirloom.
Yeah, we're looking for the dagger.
So there's this bat that's been flying around.
There,
Oh my God.
there is an island upriver from here, actually downriver. It's just a big rock, but there is a ruined temple on the eastern shore. It's only become visible because the water level has dropped.
Mm-hmm.
The local river folk thinks it's haunted, and it might be, right?
What is it? What is it on the river?
Small island, a rock. Might be a temple.
Ruined temple.
Well, waterlogged.
But what about this newly revealed holy place, sacred place?
It's
There's
rumored that there is an artifact there that she is interested in.
We should go.
what's it called?
It's called Zamox's Cleansing.
Oh, okay. It's not a Uma.
Yeah.
Zamox Cleansing?
Mm-hmm.
That's the site name?
No, that's the
Mm.
artifact's name.
Mm.
So you're aware that there are some
Lion folk.
nomads in the area that find those temples, those sites to be sacred to them?
She's not aware of that, no.
Yes, there are. And we would be crossing the sacred, we would be disturbing a sacred site to them.
Desecrating.
Desecrating. Yeah, correct. Desecrating.
Now, if we can acquire permission, I'd be happy to pursue this interest of yours.
Well, if you've met these people, then perhaps an arrangement can be made.
Indeed. I hope this does not reflect on our mission otherwise.
It should not, no.
We, I think, would be happy to pursue this interest of yours should it prove possible.
Yeah. It's well said.
Excellent.
All right.
Very well. We have a mission. Yay! Get us out of. I really don't like being on this side of the river.
Twiddling your thumbs at the Dragon Inn.
Oh,
Well-
the other one had a dragon on it, so I'm not sure which one I prefer.
Oh, I'm happier at the Empire of the Worms Friends Temple. I'll go hang out there all day.
I don't know. They both have the word empire in them. I'm not really sure if I like it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Yep.
See you, Michael.
See you,
Good
Mike.
night.
Thanks, Michael.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
Bye.
Michael.
Good night.
2